What's going on over there? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the PDGCAST with a different location today, and I'm here with.
Do we have to record from this way? Should we record out the other way? Okay, no, never mind. Never mind. You're comfortable. It's me, Chels. Chels is elsewhere.
So we have to do the intro again because it's the
Sorry.
damn nincompoop. Hold on, did I just start recording? Okay, cool. Hi, Pickles the Gaijin here, Jamaican content creator, and I'm here with.
Chels, aka Chels is elsewhere.
Chelsea Salisbury. So hello, she's one of my closest friends in the content creation world. You alright?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. she just being Chelsea. I don't know what I want to talk about today, but I just wanted to do something with her. um, yeah, it's been a. Yeah, why you look so serious? You look like the Steve Jobs.
I don't know.
All right, yeah. So we're out here in the streets of Tokyo. Today it actually snowed in Tokyo,
It
which is really
was.
weird. And
It was
Chiba,
snowing and sleeting, and it was gross.
yeah, doesn't really happen. I don't know if that's a good omen or a bad omen, but it is because already 2024 has been a mad wild in Japan.
I don't remember those first 2 days.
Yeah, those first 2 days were crazy. And now I guess it's some normalcy has been resumed. I can't speak English anymore.
I
Resumed.
guess. Definitely not for the area that had the earthquake, but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Earthquake. Yeah, that's crazy. What do you think? What do you think 2024 is going to be like for us as like foreigners in Japan? What? Come on from me, love man.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting year. I think for the most part, you know, the status quo of foreigners in Japan is probably going to pretty much remain the same in 2024.
Mm.
But looking out to other countries, there's a lot of important elections coming up. The UK is having an election. Of course, the US is having an election, and
Jamaica,
it's
too, I
looking like
think.
another
Yeah.
circus. And the people that are, whoever gets elected, especially whoever the president is in America, it has an influence on what
World
happens
stuff.
in the rest of the world. So
Yeah.
just waiting to see how that might affect Japan. But you already know that Japanese people are kind of like, they're often able to shut out what happens outside and just do their own
Yeah,
thing.
pretty much focus
So,
on their thing.
yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like the other day I've been here for a while. You too, but I've been a bit here longer. I don't have any empirical data to back this up, but based on what has been happening, this is not a complaint, it's an observation because I do understand a lot of the background of how Japanese people operate and how they do things. But do you ever notice that they actually don't really say like "excuse me"? You know, like how we usually say, sorry, excuse me. They just, when they're walking or in heading to work or something and they bump into you, they hardly, it's like maybe 1 in 10 people would say, like, Sumasen.
Oh, I was going to say that my personal experience is that some people say, excuse me,
Mm,
some people don't.
mm,
If it's one of those things too where they feel like you are going to let it slide,
mm-hmm,
it seems like they won't say anything. But if you like react or sometimes like look back, then they will say like, oh, like a quick sumimasen.
like if they're caught, like when
Exactly, if they're
like when
caught.
they're staring at you, when they stare at black people. Sometimes, I mean, sorry, I know a lot of people might not be able to relate to this, but these things actually happen. And again, this is a complaint. I'm just making an observation because persons apparently are unable to parse between satire, complaint, whining, and just making an observation and or sharing an experience that happens. That commonly happens with persons who live in Japan. So I realize that sometimes they stare at you and they won't stop staring until you actually make eye contact with them, and that makes them uncomfortable, and then they stop staring.
Oh yeah, that 100% always like I will feel or I know out of my peripheral vision that
Yeah.
someone is staring, and it's like they won't stop. But as soon as you look at them, then it's like and it's kind of like yeah, because you know that like even in Japanese culture, staring is not polite. So, but it's not until
Oh,
they're
word.
caught. And so yeah, I guess the same thing with the excuse me. But I kind of think like people bumping into people or not saying excuse me, it also has something to do with city people. Because like city people are bumping into people so much.
It just becomes a part of the thing. So
you kind of, it's like gets exhausting to always have to say
So-
excuse me, especially on places like public transportation
Like
where naturally you're going to be bumping into
Shinjuku.
people. Yeah.
Jesus.
But when I lived in the countryside where I feel like bumping into people is something that
not
happens
common.
less, then you're apologizing more for it.
That probably makes a lot of sense. Because when I lived in Toyota, it was people were a bit more polite.
Yeah, it's just people are kinder where there's less people. Yeah.
And that's a worldwide thing, I presume, right?
Every country, city people is like, I wouldn't even say, is it that they're ruder, or is it just kind of like you let go of a lot of a lot of the pleasantries or formalities just because it's like
more bustling, more busy.
Yeah.
That's something you don't really need to spend. Well, they don't see it as important, quote unquote, to spend time on because they have bigger fish to fry per se.
Yeah.
How has Do you like winter in Japan, by the way?
I mean, I'm fine with winter because I come from a place where I'm from the East Coast of the U.S., so we have the Northeast, so we have 4 seasons. And
Japan alone doesn't have 4 seasons. Here to first, folks. Other countries have 4 seasons. Continue.
And so growing up, I remember winter being like, we actually would get a lot of snow and stuff, so I think winter here in Tokyo is milder.
Definitely.
So it's fine for me. Summertime is what I don't hate, but winter's okay.
But I don't really have winter experience per se.
No, you being a Caribbean person.
consistent winter experience. But I've been overseas. I've been to Baltimore in the winter time. And Baltimore, the couple times I saw the snow, I wasn't having it. I mean, I'm so over snow. I don't know what's so hype about snow.
And did you know Baltimore, Maryland is the first state below the Mason-Dixon line in the U.S., so technically it's considered the South. But of course,
really?
But of course the weather, it gets cold. Yeah.
The South. Wow.
It's technically the South because
Virginia is the South
they
too?
needed to have.
Virginia
is below Maryland, so yes. I think when things broke out with like the Civil War and stuff, they needed to have a line of demarcation, and I don't know how it was chosen, but Maryland is where the Mason-Dixon is the first state below the Mason-Dixon line, so it is the South.
That is crazy to me. That is actually I didn't know that. The more you know.
And not South at all, yeah.
Okay. So I guess Japan is almost like that too, because like the further north you go, the snow gets super crazy. Like from even the summer, sometimes it snows in Hokkaido. But I don't need to go to Hokkaido. I don't need to go there. Even if they hear their ramen is bomb.
Hokkaido, in my opinion, sorry for all the yawning. Jeez, what's going on? Hokkaido has the best food in Japan, in my opinion, because you've got the miso ramen, which is awesome. You've got hot pot. You've got the lamb hot pot, the Genghis Khan hot pot.
The Genghis Khan?
It's called Genghis Khan or whatever.
Genghis Khan Toyuka.
I think they say Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
Shabu shabu.
Shabu shabu, no.
It's lamb. It's lamb meat.
Ooh,
that's what makes the difference.
Where they use the lamb?
And then they've got some of the best sushi as well.
Because the
good seafood.
Is like
and they've got the snow crabs up there as well.
I've never had snow crab. Is it good?
Honestly, snow crab is good, but like the hype is kind of like. The thing is that I personally, for me, I don't think Japanese people do seafood boils well. Because like of course they do sushi well, but then when it comes to crabs, well, they're not seasoning anything. So it's like you literally just get something boiled in water, and some places don't even give you butter with it. And so me as an American, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
With your fat ass, Americans and their fat asses.
I don't want king crab leg just by itself.
You need king crab leg, au naturel.
I don't want it like that.
Listen, what is it about? I realize
I want some Old Bay. I want garlic butter. Potatoes that have been seasoned. I want all that. Corn on the cob.
Sausage too, like chorizo.
We don't really do that.
Shrimps.
Shrimp, yeah. So yeah.
So question, like I was speaking to you earlier about the video, on IG that this guy said, sushi in Japan it was disappointing. I was like, bro, what are you talking about? When I saw it was obviously a white person. Sorry guys for watching. He was white and privileged and Western, maybe a brat as well, but let's get into that. But yeah, he basically said that the sushi in Japan was disappointing because in America we have the sushi with all the drizzle and the sauce. I'm like, oh dear God, here we go.
Oh,
Western
he was
sushi.
Like, I want a dragon roll.
West sushi in in America is a bastardized version of Japanese sushi.
It is.
It's
It's sushi that's like made for the American palate. It's like let's make sushi fun because American people don't want just raw fish on top of rice.
Right, because raw fish
that
is
was
fishy.
that was foreign to us.
Clearly. So you have
we
to
don't
make
eat anything raw in the US.
You have to fry your stuff.
Yeah.
And it's creative and very colorful, but that's
but it's not authentic.
That's how most people get introduced to sushi. And then those who actually really like fish, when they come to Japan, they get the real version of sushi, and more often than not, they actually follow the Japanese version. It's simple, just like Japan, simple, efficient, clean, and no frills.
The thing is, I'm like at this point. There are tons of places in the U.S. that make sushi authentically.
Way, yeah.
So for somebody to come over here and in 2023 or 2024 be saying that about sushi is wildly ignorant.
Unexposed.
Sorry.
I call them uncultured swine, but I love pigs.
It is uncultured.
So, pigs are yummy, but I don't know if they're yummy or not. Well, the person. But yeah, it's
crazy.
I mean,
I never try to be judgmental, but I'm like. It's uncultured.
Just like for me, I didn't like ramen before coming to Japan because I always got the damn instant shoyu ramen with the damn chicken flavor and the plastic ass noodles. I'm like, ramen is trash.
Depending on where you live, you don't have access to like real ramen.
And then I came to Japan.
And you were like, ramen is a soul food. It's like a real ass
totally
soup.
Different. Like it's a proper soup. It can be thick as well. It can have different stuff in there, and it. After a night of drinking,
you get a nice like a tonkotsu, that bone broth,
not ichiran,
that's been boiled for hours and hours,
and it smells really bad. Trust me, it's the stinker it smells.
Don't smell it. Just eat it.
Yeah, best taste ever. I'm sorry. So like, yeah, I got exposed to like the real stuff a lot later in Japan. But it is what it is. You know, sushi is raw fish. That's what it primarily is. And when you say sushi is too fishy, then I have to wonder what have you been eating all your life? Because fish
to come and criticize the real version of a food is like unfathomable. It's ignorant, like you said. It's uncultured. It's the same way that you might not know about this, but of course, in certain areas of America, there are ramen shops because America is so diverse, and at least. Back in the day, I hope not now, there will be white people complaining that Asian people or Japanese people at ramen shops slurp because that's rude. And it's like, have you no idea that where this ramen really comes from and in the actual Japanese culture, slurping is not rude at all. It's expected. It's encouraged. And so it's the same. It's kind of, it reminds me of the same thing with the sushi. Like someone coming here and complaining about the taste of real sushi. Like, yeah, that's wild.
Wild. You know, it's like people, you know, I just keep remembering that wild man from the comments in IG. Well, people just generally don't understand a lot of stuff, and then they speak out of their booty hole and then spew nonsense most times, uninformed. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying you can't have an opinion, you know. It's fine, have your own opinion, but don't. The wrong and strong thing only can carry you so far.
Yeah, you know I mean, everyone has the right to have their opinion, and then other people have the right to be like, frankly, that's ignorant. It's an ignorant opinion. Some opinions are ignorant.
That's true.
Some opinions are like well educated.
Well, opinions, everybody has one. It's like a butthole, I guess that's it. Let's make it
Stop.
Right. You know what I mean? Also, plug Shogunai merch is still available, guys. These hoodies are available. Asaigo, Shogunai Asaigo. Please make sure you jump in and make sure you follow.
What about Problem Child?
Oh, Monday G. Problem Child is also there.
That
merch is there. Please, guys, check out that as well. Make sure to follow Chels on wherever she is on our platforms all around TikTok. IG, she makes fire content. She's super talented. She also sings as well. So when her music comes out, let's support her. All right, we're just chilling and vibing. It was a real nice, just laid back, but PDGCAST. Make sure to follow my homie. Charles, say something to them. Sing and say bye bye. You know, Sensei, I know. We're out. Peace.
So long, bye.
Bye. Yeah, that was so fun. Relax.
That was cute. That's gonna go on your YouTube.
Yeah, maybe. Snippet maybe on IG, I don't know.
All right, I know you got to get ready to go. Do you need me to help you pack up and stuff?
Play a minute, let me hear.